In this section, we are going to see about heat transfer. First of all, we should know what is the difference between thermodynamics and heat transfer. In thermodynamics, we discussed temperature is like a equilibrium. Everything should be in a equilibrium. Equilibrium means, say, if I take a container, a temperature T is at the one corner of the body. See, the temperature is given, say T1. So this is thermodynamic equilibrium. When we study about thermodynamics, the temperature T1 is given at the one corner of a container. So other corner also T1. Everywhere temperature will be T1. So all the places it is equally distributed. So that means to say it is an equilibrium. Heat transfer, say take a metal box, metal body, make a temperature T1 and T2 here. So these two temperatures are not equal. If temperatures are not equal, say T1 is greater than T2, so heat starts flowing from high temperature to low temperature in the direction. The way we study transfer of heat is called heat transfer. The equilibrium cases where the temperature is same throughout the body, then it is called thermodynamics. So in this class, we will just introduction about the heat transfer and the modes of heat transfer we are going to see, and one formula for heat transfer in conduction I will going to explain. Modes of heat transfer. Basically, heat can be transferred. Why heat can be transferred? What is the reason heat to be transferred? Say I am keeping temperature T1 and T2. I discussed earlier also. If temperature is T1 is greater than T2, then heat starts flowing from one place to another place. Basically, the medium for heat transfer is temperature gradient, temperature gradient, and heat can be transferred in three ways: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction happens in solids. Convection happens in liquids and gases. Sometimes conduction even can happen in liquids also. I will tell the reason why it is. Radiation, for radiation no medium is required. No medium is required. Okay, so let's see how the conduction takes place. Thermal conduction. Thermal conduction takes place in solids. How that heat will be transferred? So these three modes of heat transfer depending on the way it transfers. See, similarly, like if you want to go from Andhra Pradesh to Gujarat, you can go by train, you can go by flight. If you want to go, you can go by ocean also. It's a long lengthy path from Andhra to Gujarat. So it is like a conduction three ways. One is by train, or by flight, or by ship. So three ways you can go. So these three ways are how ultimately you are achieving going to other place. So the way you are going is different. Based on that way, the fare also is differs. Here, the conduction happens in one particular way, convection happens in another way, and the radiation also happens in another way. So let's see how conduction happens. Conduction happens in solids. If you draw molecules in solids, now they are very, very closely packed. Very closely packed. If I say T1 here, T2 here, T1 is greater than T2. When the heat is given, temperature is more here, what happens? The molecules start vibrating. Vibrations. So because of vibrating, they will have kinetic with high amplitudes. Vibrating with amplitudes. So when they are vibrating like that, so right side and left side they start vibrating. So while it is vibrating, it strikes the other molecule. After getting the energy, so this fellow will get in the form of kinetic energy. Now this fellow also starts vibrating, and other fellows also start vibrating. So the conduction generally transfers because of vibration of molecules. vibration of molecules. Why only in solids vibration it takes place? Because of molecules are very closely packed, so that is the reason vibration is the main predominating way of transferring heat in a solids. Okay, so if we are done with this, so we will see. So heat to transfer, heat flow rate. Generally when we discuss heat flow rate, it's Q by T. It is also, I am just noting it as a heat transfer, H I am just keeping as a term, H. Amount of heat transferred by time, Q by T. So this Q by T is nothing, H is proportional to, if I have more temperature difference, T1 is far greater than T2, and T1, two objects you take. You keep 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius and 90 degrees Celsius on other end. Where heat will be more, heat transfer will be more, 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius. That's where heat try to transfer in a more swiftly. I meant to say quicker. So heat is proportional to temperature difference, delta T I am writing. And say now you maintain the same temperature difference, 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius. Now you change the length. You keep long length for one body, 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius. Where the length is L1 and L2. L1 is less than L2. If length is less, heat transfer will be more. Okay? If length is less, heat transfer will be more. If length is more, heat transfer will be less. So which means heat transfer is inversely proportional to length. Okay? Next, heat transfer. Now you connect it, it's a very important thing. Heat transfer, say the area which is subjected to heat. I am drawing a diagram of a body which is subjected to heat. Say this is a area, side is A, it's a square shape, and heat is given here. How much area it is undergoing? A square. Similarly, another body I am taking, its area is more than A. Okay, here is 2A and 2A. I am subjecting heat in this side. Two bodies are there. One is area A square, the heat subjected to the area, and here also heat is subjected to area. How much is the area? 4A square, and remaining length and temperature differences are same. In which case, this is case 1, case 2. Which case heat transfer will be more? If you think clearly, in the first case heat transfer will be more because the area which is receiving heat energy is more, so amount of heat it gains more. So that's why heat is proportional to area of contact with the heat, area which is in contact with the heat, Okay, if we write in a simple terms all proportional, inversely proportional symbols, H is proportional to delta T. So delta T actually means high temperature minus low temperature. High temperature is T1 minus T2. So provided T1 should be greater than T2. It is inversely proportional to length and it is proportional to area. H is equal to, to remove the proportionality symbol I can write is H is equal to K A by L into T1 minus T2, where T1 is high temperature, T2 is low temperature. To write in a simple forms, K H is equal to, H is nothing but Q by T, which is equal to K A and minus, I am writing minus delta T. Delta T is nothing but T2 minus T1, right? So which direction heat flows? Heat flows from high temperature to low temperature. Always you should remember, high temperature T1 to T2, high temperature to low temperature it transfers. And one important criteria that I will explain in the next part. So Q is Ka delta T by how much is the length? Delta L. length. Okay, to write in a simple terms like h is equal to differential terms, listen carefully. H is equal to dh is equal to dq by dt, which is equal to ka into minus dt by dx, The x indicates a small portion of length dx, say the length is x, and the temperature difference T1, T2, dt means small temperature difference is there na, this small temperature difference, dx is small temperature, small length, k is the thermal conductivity. So let's discuss units of thermal conductivity. I forgot about k. So this is dh, small amount of heat transfer, dq by dt is equal to minus ka. I can write in simple terms, dq by dt is equal to minus ka dt by dx. Okay, so heat transfer q by t, I forgot to explain the k value, k units, ka delta t by L. So q is joules per second, is nothing but watt, and k area is meter square, delta t is kelvins, length is meter square gets cancelled, so k units are watt per meter Kelvin. So if you want to write in a dimensional analysis, k is equal to, so joules is nothing but force into, I just remember in one way, m L into t power minus 2 into force into displacement, that's what ml into t power ml square t power minus 2. Okay, by t, so this becomes watt is equal to t power minus 3. If m goes to outside L power minus 1, t k power minus 1, so m L t power minus 3 k universe is a dimensional form of k. Okay, so I am verifying again, m f into displacement is of energy, m L into t power minus 2 into L, so ml square t power minus 2, and for watt t power minus 1, so everything will be ml t power minus 3 k inverse. So this is the dimensional form. This is just basic introduction about heat transfer. In next videos we will discuss about elaborately about thermal conduction. Thank you.